Hello everyone. Happy Metaphysical Monday. If you're new here, my name is Melissa, and every Monday we talk about something metaphysical, and today we're going to talk about the full moon because we have a full moon coming up. And in case you missed it, I already did a new moon ritual video, which you should probably check out. Maybe not right now because we have a full moon going on right now, but maybe for the next new moon. It's in the description box below under the Metaphysical Monday playlist link. So all of the Metaphysical Monday posts are there. So let's dive right in. Sorry, I'm sitting on the floor, so my legs tend to fall asleep. So if I'm shifting crazy, like, I'm not possessed. It's just my legs falling asleep. So I wrote down some notes because if you haven't been around, you might notice that I sometimes go off topic. So I wrote down some notes, which doesn't always help. But we're going to try. We're going to go for it. So the full moon, and I said this in the other video, but in case you missed it, and you don't really want to check it out right now, because right now is the full moon, and this is the one you're here for. There's a fuzz. So I like to describe the moon cycles like this. Okay, so we start off, and I'm really connected to the moon just because I feel like the moon represents our soul's lives in a smaller scale. So I'll elaborate. So the moon cycle starts and ends with the new moon. The new moon is darkness. So we start with darkness and we grow and build and we grow and we build until we reach our peak, which for the moon is directly in the middle of the cycle. For human beings, sometimes that varies. But for the moon, it's directly in the middle of the cycle usually, and it's the full moon. The full moon is the peak of the cycle. And then from the full moon, we start to go into the waning cycle, which will lead us back to another new moon. So we have darkness, and then we're building and building and building until we reach our peak, where that is the full moon, and then we start to wane, which will bring us down to darkness again. So I feel like that kind of represents our soul's life cycle here on Earth. I feel like I know that we have our soul that does not end, it does not die, it just transforms. It's just like the cycle of life. That's how I feel it goes. So that's what I've been guided to. So I feel like the moon represents that beginning, and then our peak. We peak at some point. Some of us leave sooner than others in order to start again. So we start off in darkness, we build and we grow, and then we start to wane, we start to decline, we start to retire, and then we go back to darkness, and that way we can start over a new cycle again. So that was kind of a lengthy description, but it's to kind of give you a basic overview of what the moon cycles kind of mean. There are a lot more in-depth details for specific, the quarter moon and the half moon and all of that stuff. But for simplicity's sake, we're going to do new moon building to full moon, and then full moon is waning to end this cycle and begin a new one. So there we have it. The full moon, which is why we're here, is the culmination of everything. So if you did do a new moon intention setting or a new moon ritual of some sort, where you either verbally or wrote down or thought of some goals that you wanted to start growing or manifesting, this is the point where we are reaching full potential on those things. So if they have not already manifested, now is the time to look at what has manifested and what we have learned in the past couple of weeks that we should maybe let go for now and try again later. Because sometimes that's what happens. We set an intention, we set this goal, and we get to a point where we either know that it's going to happen or know that we need to release it. So that's kind of where we're at with the full moon. So I wrote down a few keywords to describe it. culmination, beginning of release, and prep for the new cycle. So we're going to start thinking what is going to be released at the new cycle. So we have, and kind of toward, not at the actual full moon, but between the full moon and the new moon, the next new moon, is kind of the period where we start to release and let go of things that did not serve us, and that, you know, maybe we will have a new idea for what our next intention should be in the next cycle. So I went over this in the last video, but I'm going to do it again. I spent hours on YouTube watching other people's new moon and full moon rituals. And I have to say, there's a lot of great stuff out there. There's a lot of great ideas. You can't do all of it. And honestly, nobody's ritual fit me 100%, and you will be the same way. So here's my suggestion. You create your own damn ritual, because it's your body, it's your soul, it's your intentions, it's your connection with the earth, it's your connection with the moon, it is your connection, and it should be your ritual how you want to do it. And I don't know why I still have this pen in my hand. I feel like that's so un-YouTube professional. Sorry. But I needed it for that moment, so I didn't point my finger at you. I pointed a pen instead. So anyways, create your own ritual. Use what works for you. There will be a period of trial and error where you may try everything that I'm about to say, or do some research and find some other stuff that sounds better to you. Do what you feel like you should be doing. It's up to you. You are your own soul on your own human journey. So do what feels good for you. But here are some ideas in case you can't think of anything on your own, or, you know, like, I don't know. Other people have probably said this stuff, but I'm going to put it all here in one place so that maybe you don't have to spend hours on YouTube. I'm going to make it kind of simple for you. So, options, things that you can try. Okay. So for creating your own full moon ritual, you can do some moon bathing. Very, very similar to sunbathing. Except for, depending on where you are, it may be too cold to go out in a bathing suit at night. But you want to let the moon's rays touch your skin as much as possible. So if you can, if the weather is conducive to it, you don't have to be super scantily clad, but, you know, go for a walk, sit in your backyard in your underwear if you want to. But let the moon's rays hit your skin as much as possible. Go for a walk. Go for a hike. I know locally where I'm at, our local, like nature group, not nature group, but like the city. Come on, guys. The State Parks Association, State Parks recreational group, they actually put on a full moon hike, and they do 2 nights, but it's been in the middle of the week, so I haven't been able to go, but they do a full moon hike. So check with your local state parks and see if they have anything going. I mean, ours is pretty awesome. We have the Superstition Mountains, which are gorgeous, and I have pictures on my Instagram if you want to check those out for the one from like January or February, I think. But yes, get outside under the moonlight. Simple as that. Let's see. Charge your crystals. Hello. We put our crystals out under the moonlight. The crystals will absorb the energy. The full moon has potential energy. So what that means for me, it amplifies anything. It amplifies and charges intentions. It amplifies your emotions. It magnifies your emotions, and it makes you feel more. So if you were stuck on that first phase of intention setting where I said, make sure that you can feel it, now is a time that you are going to feel it. So the whole lunatics thing, being crazed by the moon is plausible. I mean, not really plausible, but it's actually a thing, and you can be influenced. It does enhance your emotions and your feelings, the energy of the moon, and I mean, just the same way that it controls the tides of the ocean. It does affect our physical body. Our physical bodies are made up of, like, I don't know, was it like 80% water, 75% water, 6% water? I don't know. We're mostly water. So we are affected by the moon just as much as the tides are. So charging crystals, I got off topic. See, that's why I have a list. Charging crystals. Our crystals have a vibration and are influenced as well by energy and by frequency and vibration. So putting them out under the moonlight can reset their vibration, but it can also intensify their vibration to make it easier for you to kind of imprint your intention on your crystals. So a couple of exceptions. Selenite right here does not have to be charged. This is selenite. Satin spar. There's a debate going on right now. I've always been told it's called selenite, but selenite's a little bit different. That's actually satin spar, but I'm still going to call it selenite because a lot of people still do. But setting your crystals out will help amplify their own natural vibration. It will kind of remove any intentions that were placed on them previously, clear them, and charge them. So that's one thing you can do. Reflect on the cycle so far and notice what to release. I already touched on this, but spend some time maybe in meditation and see what has worked out and what hasn't worked out for you. Now would be a good time to start to release the things that didn't work out or that you feel maybe should be set aside for now. Maybe the first half of the cycle didn't really click into place, and so maybe you realized that this just isn't something that you needed to do right now. So it's a time to reflect. Reflection also is another key word I would say is for the full moon. Another thing to do that may be part of a ritual that you would like to put together is showing some gratitude for the manifestations that did take place. So maybe some things didn't pan out, and that's totally okay. That's why we we set like 5 to 10 intentions or goals for this cycle. Not all of them are going to come to fruition. That's just the cycle of life. That's just how things work. Not everything that we really want, not everything that we want, we really, really feel. Not everything that we want is really meant for us. Not everything that we think we want is what's in our best interest and what is in our higher purpose. So not everything will come to fruition, but there will be some things that you will find now is the time to be grateful for, to show gratitude. In fact, you can show gratitude for the things that didn't come true because it shows you that that wasn't really something that you really wanted at that time. So gratitude for the things that did come to fruition and gratitude for those that didn't. Maybe it was a lesson to you. So what else? Honoring the women in your life. So divine feminine is what we feel from the moon energy. Feminine energy, divine feminine, and like our inner goddess. So what we would focus on is, so we have the moon is our feminine energy and the sun is our masculine energy. And we have daytime and nighttime to keep them balanced. So, but when we're focusing on the intense energy of a full moon, now would be a good time to honor the women in your life and see that feminine thread that goes through you, through your lineage, through your children, through your lifetime with women that you've come in contact with that maybe were not blood related, but that you can be grateful for. So show gratitude for them, for their guidance, for any nurturing that you got, any of that stuff. So focusing on feminine energy and showing gratitude for the women in your life. And also, because the moon amplifies the energy, now would be a good time to send healing energy or blessings to those in need. So if you are part of a group where there's maybe a prayer circle or a prayer request thread or something like that, now would be a good time because your energies are amplified and helped along by the divine feminine in us So now would be a good time to send some blessings to people. You can make that part of your full moon ritual. So I really, there's one more thing on here I want to touch on, but it doesn't necessarily have to be part of your ritual. It can be, definitely, but just something for you to think about. And that is, let the light of the full moon illuminate something dark within you. So maybe there's something that you've shoved down, or something that you're hiding from, or something that you're trying to avoid. Let the light of the moon shed illumination on something that is kind of a darkness within you, so that you can face that darkness with the light of the moon by your side, and fight that darkness, bring it to light, face it, and release it. So I feel like now would be a good time to do that. Sometime during, anytime really, but during the full moon, when your energy is strongest and you have that divine feminine by your side, would be a great time to do such a thing. And it doesn't have to be part of a ritual. It could just be something that you decide that you want to do, and definitely something you could skip if you aren't ready. So definitely don't do anything you're not ready for. But thank you so much. That is what I have for the full moon. Make your own damn ritual. Do what feels right to you. And if you have anything that you would like added to this list, or that you would like to share with anyone who's watching, please put it in the comments below. And once you're ready to hit that new moon next cycle, check out the Metaphysical Monday playlist in the description box for the video, which is extremely similar to this one, but we're talking about starting a cycle instead of hitting the peak. So make sure you check that out. Hit the subscribe button, hit that bell so you get notified on my next videos. And also don't forget to check out the tarot readings based on zodiac sign on the channel. So if you go to my channel's page and look at my videos, click the button that says videos, and then scroll down to your sign, your sun sign, your moon sign, cross watchers, whatever you want. You can watch them all if you want. I would definitely appreciate it if you did. But thank you again for watching, and as always, have a blessed day.